You are translating colors, they are interpreting meaning. This is not vocabulary. This is how English maps meaning. No memorization, just clean, usable English. All right? Let me ask you something. When you hear the word green, your brain probably shows a color. But when native speakers hear green, they often see a person. Someone new, someone untrained, someone who hasn't been tested yet. And that's today's problem. You are translating colors, they are interpreting meaning. Today, I'll show you 10 colors that completely change meaning in real English. And more importantly, why they do. By the end of this video, you'll stop translating colors literally. You'll understand the logic behind color metaphors, and you will start hearing English the way natives actually process it. This is not vocabulary. This is how English maps meaning. Quick note, I've put all today's colors, meanings, and examples into a free PDF document you can download below. No memorization, just clean, usable English. All right, let's dive right in. Okay, so the first color is green. The concept is newness, lack of experience. Let's start with the most misunderstood one. He's still green in this industry. This does not describe appearance, it describes exposure. Green means hasn't made enough mistakes, hasn't seen real pressure, hasn't been burned yet. You know what I'm saying? Check it out.
He's still green.
He's got talent, but he's still green.
You're still green.
Well, I'm still green, right?
See? He's still green. You are still green. Well, I'm still green. Now, listen carefully. I was pretty green when I started. This sentence is reflective. The speaker is saying, I didn't know what I know now. So why natives choose green instead of new? Well, because green carries judgment and empathy. New is factual. Green is human. But green also has another important meaning in English. When people say, oh, the grass is still green, they don't mean the color. It means that, even after difficulties, things are not as bad as expected. The problem didn't destroy everything. Life continues, hope remains. Check it out.
Still green.
Still green. Grass is still green.
And the sky is still blue, and the grass is still green.
Oh, green here, stands for life, recovery, and resilience. So green can mean lack of experience, but it can also mean things are still alive and possible. That contrast is very important to understand, everybody. Okay, this one is red. All right, as you can see this, concept is danger, loss, emotional explosion. Red is about intensity. For example, that's a huge red flag. Well, a red flag is not proof. It's a signal. It means something feels wrong. You try to pay attention.
It's like a huge red flag.
So red also appears in money and loss. This usually, comes from accounting department. Red ink means negative numbers, money lost or money owed.
That's a lot of red ink to cover up.
That include the cost of the red ink?
People also say this company is in the red. That means it's losing money. You're not making a profit. So red becomes a signal for loss, risk, and a financial danger. Now, the emotional side. He's so red. This means logic shut down, emotion took over, anger replaced control. You might also hear he flew into a red rage, or she went red with anger. Red marks an emotional explosion. Pattern to notice. Red shows up when control is lost, in judgment, in money, or an emotion. Blue, here's the concept, low energy, emotional distance, suddenness, rarity, stability. When people say, I feel blue, they don't mean dramatic, sadness. It's quiet, heavy, low energy sadness. That's why native speakers choose blue, which is emotional but controlled. Now, let's extend this idea. First one is feel blue. Hey, here the meaning is pretty simple to understand. Quiet sadness, low mood. Examples: I'm feeling blue. He feels a little blue. So blue is emotional, but not as explosive. All right.
So when I feel blue, don't know what to do. When I feel blue.
All right, the second one is out of the blue, meaning with no warning, no context. Examples: she called out of the blue. It happened, out of the blue.
So you're in London, and you call me out of the blues.
I don't hear from you in 6 years, and you call me out of the blue because you need my help.
You did call me out of the blue from a poster.
Why blue? Why blue, huh? Because blue feels like calm background. Anything breaking it feels sudden. And this one is pretty interesting. Once in a blue moon, meaning very rare. Now, here are examples. I see him once in a blue moon. That happens once in a blue moon. Blue here means unusual, not emotional.
Go get yourself laid once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon, I like to gamble with you.
The next one is blue opportunity, blue ocean, meaning a rare or uncontested opportunity. Examples: so this is a blue ocean. They found a blue opportunity. So blue suggests open space, calm competition, and a room to grow.
There are 8 fish in that big blue ocean, Ted.
The next one is blue blood, meaning someone from a noble or elite background. Here are examples. She's a blue blood. He comes from blue blood. So blue here signals distance and a status, not emotion.
Blue blood.
Cam, you come from a blue blood family.
You act like some weird blue blood, like royalty.
So next one is the blue collar, meaning a manual or working class jobs. Here are examples. He's a blue collar worker. Blue collar jobs are tough. Blue right here, represents practical, steady labor. Check it out.
Blue collar district, which will look sarcastic.
I come from a blue collar background.
This is a blue collar workers' neighborhood.
So everybody, pattern to notice. So blue works as a background color in English. It can signal, one, low energy emotion. The next one is calm stability. Third one is distance. The next one is rarity or, sudden contrast. Blue doesn't explode. That's the stage. Okay, so you know what this is? Lights. Yes, I'm going to talk about black. He lights. Concept hidden, illicit. Exclusion, loss of control. In English, black is really about color. It usually appears when something is hidden, blocked, or outside the system. First one is blackmail. Lawyer says, emotional pressure. The first one is blackmail. Here's the layer, emotional pressure. So blackmail means, threatening someone with hidden information. Here are some examples. They try to blackmail him. He was blackmailed. So black here means something, kept in the dark. So power comes from secrecy. Check it out.
It's called blackmail.
That is pure blackmail.
When you came 5 years ago to blackmail me, I was furious.
Yep. Not a good word, blackmail. Well, this one is blacklist. Not a good word, either. Layer, structural exclusion. A blacklist is a list of people who are secretly banned or blocked. Here are examples. He got blacklisted. She is on the blacklist. So black signals a removal from visibility and opportunity. Check it out.
And the DSS blacklist you.
I'm on that blacklist already.
Then you're on my blacklist.
I don't want you to be blacklisted. Well, the next one is black market. So here's the layer, system, illegality. The black market refers to illegal or underground trading. So here are examples. Sold on the black market. In a black market, prices rose. So black here means outside regulation and control. Check it out.
He traffics in black market technology.
There's a black market in lip gloss.
This was a black market sellout.
See? Little crazy here, actually. Well, the next one is black box. And the layer is knowledge, uncertainty. I mean, a black box is a system we don't understand internally. Examples, it's a black box, all right? The system is a black box. Well, in aviation, a black box is not a metaphor at all. It refers to the flight recorder, the device that records cockpit, voices and flight data. Interestingly enough, the black box is not black at all. It's usually bright, orange. Do you know why? Because after an accident, nobody wants to see that, but especially in the ocean, orange is much easier to spot on the seabed. So here, black doesn't describe color. It describes the idea, sealed, protected, and impossible to see inside. That's why the term later became a metaphor in English, all right? So black here means input and output are visible, but the process is hidden. All right, the next one is blackout. Now here's the layer, loss of awareness, or a loss of control. So a blackout is a sudden, loss of power, memory, or consciousness. So here are examples. The city blacked out. I blacked out. So black signals total loss of visibility or awareness. Pretty terrible, actually.
I blacked out again.
I have about 9 seconds left before I black out.
What? You might black out.
Yeah. I don't want you to, black out. So black sheep, and here's the layer, social judgment, deviation. A black sheep is someone who doesn't fit in a group. Here are examples. He's the black sheep. I don't want you to be a black sheep. She feels like the black sheep. So right here, black means, marks of difference, rejection, or discomfort. Okay, I'm gonna play something about black sheep, and I know you know the song.
Goodbye, Papa, please play for me. I was the black sheep of the family, and I don't know how this works.
You see, when someone calls themselves a black sheep, they're not talking about, being bad. They're talking about, not fitting in. In that song, Seasons in the Sun, the speaker is looking back at his life and saying something, very honest. That means I didn't become the person you wanted me to be, not because no one tried to teach him, not because he didn't know right from wrong, but because his life, went in a different direction. So black sheep doesn't mean evil. It doesn't mean broken. It means someone who doesn't follow the expected path, someone who doesn't match the family rules, someone who lives differently, and sometimes, pays a price for it. That's why this phrase is really emotional, all right? When natives say the black sheep of the family, they're talking about identity, distance, and a quiet regret. Not color at all. See that? Oh, well, this one is black and white thinking. There's the layer. Cognitive structure. Oversimplification. Black and white thinking means seeing things as all right or all wrong. Here are examples. That's a black and white thinking. Life isn't black and white. So black here removes nuance. Everything becomes extreme. I don't want you guys to be in a sort of black and white situation. So, pattern to notice. So black appears, when English talks about what is hidden, what is excluded, or out of control. So black removes visibility. It pushes things outside the system. And once, something turns black, rules, clarity, and the safety disappear. So black doesn't describe people. It describes, loss of access and loss of control. Everybody, before we continue, a quick reminder, what you're hearing right now sounds very native because it is native usage. But here's the truth, everybody. You're not born with this, right? You train this. Native speakers absorb these meanings accidentally. Non-native speakers can learn them on purpose. And obviously, because of time, we can't go deep in every color here. In my full course, we work with more colors, real movie scenes and guided practice. So this, stops being knowledge and starts becoming, instinct. All right, let's keep going. Too white. Okay, so here's white. Here's the concept of, visibility, safety, acceptance, neutralization. White in English is rarely about color. It's about things being clear, safe, and socially acceptable. So first one is white lie. Here's the layer. Emotional, social soothing. A white lie is a small lie told to avoid hurting someone. Here are examples. He told a white lie. It was just a white lie. So white here removes emotional weight. The lie feels lighter and forgivable.
That was a white lie.
It's a white lie.
Everybody knows it isn't true, but Mama said just a little white lie, so it wasn't hurting nobody.
See? Well, the next one is white flag. A structural, conflict control. A white flag means surrender or stopping a fight. Here are examples. They raised white flag. I'm waving the white flag. So white here signals ending conflicts. All right, not winning or losing. Put an end to conflict. All right, check it out.
Maybe the cannon fodder will white flag it.
Me standing there waving a white flag.
Raise the white flag.
See, here's a white flag. The next one is white list. So this is a system permission. To whitelist, instead of blacklisting someone, to whitelist something, it means to officially allow it. Here are examples. This app is whitelisted. Put it on the whitelist. So white here means approved, trusted, safe, inside a system. Check it out.
I teach you whitelist method.
I'm on the whitelist now.
Yeah, you love, whitelist. You don't want to be blacklisted, right? Well, the next one is white noise. Frequency, attention. So white noise is background sound or information. Stop it. Yes, here are examples. Just the white noise. Ignore the white noise. White here removes importance. It tells you, don't focus on this, all right? Check it out.
Farm book would just be white noise.
Or it's just white noise to them.
White noise.
So the next one is a white color. Here's the layer. Social structure. White color describes office or professional work. Here are examples. He's a white-collar worker. White-collar jobs, pay more. Okay? So white here signals clean, controlled, formal labor.
White collar.
White collar, college grad.
I have a white collar mentality.
Oh, the next one is white line. Here's the structure. Moral, rule, boundary. A white line is a clear limit. You should not cross. Here are examples. Don't cross the white line. He crossed the white line. So white here makes the boundary visible and official. Check it out.
Behind the white line!
Don't forget, keep your eye on that white line.
You crossed the white line, bro!
Yeah, don't cross the white line. The next one is white knight. And here's the layer. The narrative, power role. A white knight is someone who suddenly appears to save others. Okay, so here are examples. He played the white knight. She doesn't need a white knight. She doesn't need anyone to save her. So white here signals legitimacy and a moral authority. Sometimes sincere, sometimes ironic. All right?
Bobby, I'm your white knight.
You get to be Dawn's white knight in shining armor. You get to be the white knight.
So pattern to notice. So white appears when English wants to remove chaos. It softens, emotion, clarifies rules, signals safety, and it makes things socially acceptable. So why it doesn't, add drama, it reduces risk. So that's what white is all about. Stop. Yes, this one is yellow. It stands for warning, weakness, attention, sensationalism. In English, yellow often signals caution. It draws attention, but not confidence. Yellow doesn't explode like red. It warns you quietly. The first one is the yellow flag, not red flag. So this is a structural, warning system. A yellow flag means caution. Slow down, something may be wrong. Here are examples. They raised the yellow flag. That's not a yellow flag issue. So yellow here means be careful, not stop yet.
Yellow flag means caution, so you slow down.
The yellow flag is out.
There's a yellow flag. What does that mean?
Yeah? Well, this one is a yellow tape. So this is the layer, system, authority, boundary. Yellow tape, marks an area you must not cross. All right, so here are examples. Police put up yellow tape. Stay behind the yellow tape. Yeah, so yellow signals official restriction and a danger nearby. Check it out.
Break out the yellow tape, Sam.
To set up some yellow tape and stay on the other side of it.
Strung up this yellow tape.
All right, the third one is the yellow journalism. So it's a media, structure. So yellow journalism refers to sensational, exaggerated news. Here are examples. That's yellow journalism. The story smells like, yellow journalism. So yellow here means attention, seeking over truth.
Irresponsible yellow journalism.
Talk about yellow journalism.
Yellow journalism, that's what it is.
All right, the next one is a yellow ballad. Well, this is emotional judgment. All right, so yellow ballad, means cowardly or lacking courage. So here are examples. Don't be yellow ballad. Yellow ballad? They called him yellow ballad. So yellow here marks a fear and a weakness, not danger itself. Check it out.
He's a frightened little yellow-bellied coward.
He's the son of a yellow-bellied sow.
You're a yellow-bellied chaplain.
All right, the next one is yellow card. All right, so it stands for, rule, behavior control. So a yellow card is an official warning in sports, especially in soccer. So here are examples. He got a yellow card. That's a yellow card offense.
Yellow card. Yellow card. Yellow card.
So yellow here means one more step. Consequences follow. The next one is the yellow brick road. So it's cultural, very common. So this is a narrative direction. So the yellow brick road, represents a guided path towards a goal. So here are examples. Stay on the yellow brick road. He followed the yellow brick road. So yellow here signals direction and a promise, not safety. All right, so check it out.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
This was the yellow brick road.
All right, so pattern to notice about yellow. So yellow appears when English wants to, warn without stopping everything. He marks one, caution. The next one is boundaries and a weakness, attention without authority. So yellow doesn't command. It alerts. This one is gray, huh? And the concept includes uncertainty and ambiguity, reduced emotion, middle ground, all right? It sticks in the middle. In English, gray rarely means a color. It appears when things are unclear, undecided, or emotionally muted. So gray is what's left when certainty disappears. The first one is, everybody knows this, a gray area. So this is a structural, judgment. A gray area is a situation without a clear rule or answer. So here are examples. That's a gray area. The law is a gray area. So gray here signals ambiguity, not right or wrong. Check it out.
But it's a gray area.
It's a gray area. It's the gray area?
Next one is morally gray. So that's about ethical, emotional distance. Morally gray describes actions that are neither good nor evil. So examples, he's morally gray. The character feels morally gray. So gray here removes emotional extremes. It creates distance from judgment. Check it out. So gray zone. The layers is all about system and control. So a gray zone is an area outside clear control or definition. Examples, it operates in a gray zone. They work in the gray zone. So gray here means partially hidden, partially allowed. Pretty tricky, actually.
Hey, buddy, I live in the gray zone, okay?
I am the gray zone master.
Stay out of the gray zone.
So gray hair, layer is all about time and frequency. So gray hair represents aging or long experience. All right, examples. He's getting gray hair. So gray hair comes with time. So gray hair signals time passing, not weakness.
He's got gray hair.
It's like finding a gray hair.
Oh, well, I like having gray hair.
The next one is gray day or great mood. And the layer is all about emotional, energy level. A gray day or gray mood feels dull and low energy. Here are examples. It's a gray day. I'm in a gray mood. So gray suggests emotional flatness, not sadness.
It was just a gray day, that's all.
My face is like a gray day.
Next one is gray matter. The layer is cognitive. It's about value. So gray matter refers to intelligence or brain power. Examples, use your gray matter. That takes gray matter. So right here, gray represents thinking, not feeling. All right, check it out.
I mean, has this guy got some gray matter or what? I suspect his gray matter is red hot.
Loosen up your gray matter a little.
So the pattern to notice about gray. So gray appears when English removes extremes. It softens judgment, blurs boundaries, lowers emotional intensity. So gray is the language of 1, uncertainty, 2, complexity, and 3rd, real-world decisions. I mean, the world is gray, not just black or white. Well, this one is pink. The concept is soft image, emotional warmth, sharp reality. In English, pink often sounds soft and friendly, but that softness is exactly what pink is, used for contrast. All right, so pink promises, comfort, and sometimes delivers shock. First one is in the pink. So the layer is all about emotional, the physical state. In the pink means healthy and doing very well. Here are examples, everybody. I'm in the pink. I'm in the pink. She's back in the pink. So pink here signals warmth, life, and well-being. Check it out.
But the rest of me is in the pink.
I put in 10 years getting that body in the pink.
Well, I'm in the pink.
You gotta remember I was in the pink.
Next one is a tickle pink. It's this emotional reaction. So tickle pink means extremely pleased or delighted. Here are examples. I'm tickle pink. She was tickle pink. Extremely excited. So pink here represents pleasant emotion without intensity. Check it out.
We would be tickled pink to have your support. You should be tickled pink that I taught you early.
Your toes are tickled pink.
Tickle pink. The next one is pink slip. So the layer is a structural, institutional shock. A pink slip is notice that you've been fired. So here are examples. He got a pink slip. She got fired. So here's the contrast. Pink sounds gentle, but the message is cold and official. Check it out.
It's in my locker with my pink slip.
Oh. No warning, no cause, no pink slip.
Pink slip.
So the next one is the pink color. The layer is this one is about social structure. So pink color, jobs refer to work traditionally associated with women, such as caregiving or service roles. Here are examples. She works a pink-colored job. So pink-colored workers are undervalued. So pink marks social labeling, not emotion.
Get her a pink collar.
It's not like she has a pink collar or anything.
Small, sheepskin jacket, pink collar.
Next one is a pink sheet. It's a system, warning signal. So pink sheets refer to stocks traded outside major exchanges. So here are examples. It trades on pink sheets. Pink sheet stocks are risky. So pink here means less regulated, higher risk. So be careful about this.
In gross commissions, all from Pink Sheet stock, boys!
10,000 shares of some pink sheet bullshit company with negative earnings.
This one is pink elephant. It's about bonus, very common. The layer is cognitive, psychological actually. And a pink elephant is something obvious that people avoid, talking about. Here are examples. Let's address the pink elephant. And everyone sees the pink elephant. So pink here signals awkward, visibility, not softness.
But it was a pink elephant too.
I won a pink elephant for my girlfriend.
It's a big pink elephant.
So, a pattern to notice about this really cute color pink. So pink appears when English creates contrast. It sounds, pink sounds soft, friendly, and harmless, but very often, pink delivers social labels, structural signals, or uncomfortable truth. So pink lowers your guard, then changes the meaning. Wow, everybody loves this one, gold. Oh, it's about value, trust, a benchmark, and a scarcity. In English, gold almost never means metal. It appears when something is rare, trusted, or used as a reference point. So gold doesn't, shout. It sets the standard. The first one is gold standard. So it's about structural, it's about the benchmark. So the gold standard is the best example, others compare to. Here are examples. This is the gold standard. They set the gold standard. So gold here means the reference, not the decoration. All right, check it out.
He's like the gold standard, okay?
The gold standard of ass kicking.
The gold standard of pairs figure skating.
The next one is golden rule. It's moral. It's about guiding principle. So the golden rule is the most important rule to follow. And here are examples. Follow the golden rule. That's my golden rule. So golden rules, gold here signals core value, not flexibility. It cannot be challenged.
That dude forgot the golden rule.
The golden rule.
Try learning that golden rule.
The next one is, everybody loves this, right? A golden opportunity. So it's about frequency, it's about scarcity. A golden opportunity is rare and time sensitive. And here are examples. It's a golden opportunity. Don't miss this golden opportunity. Don't miss this golden chance. So gold here, marks low frequency, high value. Check it out.
I've got a golden opportunity.
Life is a golden opportunity.
Still, could be a golden opportunity.
Next one is worth its weight in gold. So it's emotional, appreciation. If something is worth its weight in gold, it's extremely useful. Here are examples. That advice is gold. Her help is gold. So gold equals practical value, not price. All right, check it out.
Worth its weight in gold.
He said to me it would be worth its weight in gold.
That little boutique is worth its weight in gold.
The next one is a gold mine. It's about system. It's about resources. All right. So a gold mine is a source of ongoing value. So here are examples. This data is a gold mine. The market is gold mine. So gold here implies sustainable returns, not luck. Check it out.
I almost threw away a gold mine.
This place is a gold mine.
We're sitting on a gold mine.
The next one is golden boy or golden girl. So it's about social judgment. It's not about status. So a golden boy or girl is favored and protected. Here are examples. He is the golden boy, or she is the golden girl. So gold here marks trusts and preference, sometimes unfairly, but it does exist in our life, right? So pattern to notice about gold. So gold appears when English needs a stable, reference. It signals 1, trust over hyper. 2, rarity over abundance. Third one is the standards over opinions. So gold doesn't describe shy, it describes reliability. Okay, the last one is brown, and the concept is annoyed, this distracted, sucking up, bring your own lunch. The first one is brown nose, meaning flatter, someone empowered to get benefits, just like a apple polisher, all right? So here are examples. Stop brown-nosing him. He's brown-nosing again.
And you, Tom, you're the biggest brown nose I'd ever seen!
I'm not trying to brown nose you, but I've been in business a long time.
You're gonna be a brown nose, too.
The next one is brown off. It's majorly British English, meaning annoyed, fed up. So here are examples. I'm getting browned off. She's browned off today. So be careful.
He was pretty browned off with you guys,
I can't blame Dollar for getting browned off and going like that.
Shelter was browned off about it.
The next one is in a brown study, meaning lost in thought, not paying attention, lost in thought. So here are examples. He's in a brown study. She's sat in a brown study. Next one is a brown bag or brown baguette, meaning bring your own lunch in a brown paper bag. So here are examples. I brown bag it. Let's brown bag lunch. So one line takeaway about the color brown. For brown, English usually gives you set phrases like brown nose, brown off, or brown bag it, more than abstract brown, that is bad metaphors. Okay, so here comes the recap. Let's quickly recap what we covered today about 10 colors. So today, we didn't just learn colors. We learned how colors carry meaning in real English. So we looked at black and white, not as people, but as metaphors for visibility, control, and uncertainty. We explored, pink, where something that sounds soft, can actually deliver very hard news. We talk about gold, not just not as metal, but as value, standards, and the benchmarks. And we saw that in English. Color stop being color, very quickly. They become, judgment and emotion and attitude. So this is why memorizing words is not enough. You need to understand what native speakers feel when they, choose a color. Okay, so here's the mini quiz. Now, let's do a very different kind of mini quiz. I'm not going to give you any questions, so I'm going to tell you a short story instead. And in the story, I use many of the color expressions we've just learned today. Your job is not to translate. I stopped translating. So your job is to understand what actually went wrong. Listen carefully, and then tell me in the comments below what the story is really all about. All right? So here's the story. At first, the project sounded great. The gold standard. Everybody said, but once we started, things got complicated. Some rules were still a gray area, and the new guy was clearly still green. Then the budget went in the red, and suddenly there was a yellow flag everywhere. Management tried to explain it away with a white lie, while key decisions stayed inside a black box. One teammate got a pink slip. Another felt blue out of nowhere. after a brief brownout, we realized the problem wasn't the colors. It was what they mean. So now, your turn. In the comments below, tell me what really happened in this story, in your own words, okay? So if you can explain the meaning, not the colors, you're already thinking in English. So congratulations, all right? Just come on, give me something in the comments below. Oh, and by the way, in the PDF document that comes with this lesson, you'll find not just the colored notes, but also clear explanations, real examples, and a much more detailed quizzes to help you actually lock this in. The link is in the description. Everybody, do check it out. Okay, because fluency isn't about knowing more words. It's about seeing meaning where others only see color. So today wasn't really about colors, as you can see that. It was all about how English hides meaning inside very ordinary words. So when native speakers hear black, white, pink, or gold, they don't see colors. They feel judgment, they feel attitude, they feel meaning. And this is exactly how real fluency works. Not memorizing vocabulary, but recognizing patterns, all right? So if you want to train this kind of thinking, with more real examples, more practice, and deeper explanations, you can explore the rest of my, Jack Fluency lessons. The link is in the description, all right? So because fluency isn't about, knowing more words, it's about seeing meaning, where others only see language.